It started one chilly autumn evening when Daniel first saw him, the man who shared his face. At first, it was a mere reflection in a store window, but the man stood still while Daniel moved, the doppelganger's eyes gleaming with cold calculation. Daniel shrugged it off as a trick of the light, but the sightings became more frequent. He saw the other Daniel at the bus stop, watching from the shadows, mimicking his every gesture with unnatural precision. In the grocery store, the shadowy figure peeked around corners, vanishing before he could confront him. Each encounter sent shivers down Daniel's spine, a chilling sense that his life was no longer his own. His friends noticed the change. He was jumpy, paranoid. Then came the night when the doppelganger broke into his apartment. Daniel woke to the soft creak of floorboards outside his bedroom door. Heart pounding, he crept towards the sound, clutching a baseball bat. There, in the dim light of the hallway, he faced himself, the same height, the same clothes, but the eyes were devoid of humanity. A malicious grin spread across the double's face as he lunged at Daniel. They wrestled across the room, knocking over furniture. Daniel fought with all his strength, but the doppelganger was unnaturally strong, whispering eerie promises of taking over Daniel's life. With a final, desperate effort, Daniel smashed a lamp over the intruder's head, and suddenly he was alone. Panting, his heart racing, he scanned the apartment. Nothing. No trace of the doppelganger. The next few days were a blur of fear and sleepless nights. Daniel dared not go out, knowing his double was out there, waiting. Then, during a rare venture outside, he saw it again, across the street, wearing his clothes. Daniel yelled at the passing crowds, pointing, but no one seemed to see. Panic consumed him as he ran back to the solace of his home, but solace it was not. The doppelganger's influence grew. Friends avoided Daniel, claiming he'd said strange things, done bizarre acts when they last met. Even his own reflection seemed unfamiliar at times. The final straw came when Daniel found photos on his phone, photos of him, asleep, taken from within his own bedroom. The realization hit like a cold wave. His double was not just watching but actively replacing him. With no one to believe his plight, Daniel resolved to face the creature. That night, armed with a kitchen knife, he waited. The clock ticked, the silence thick with tension. Then, a soft laugh echoed through the apartment. He turned to see his mirror image standing by the doorway, knife in hand, steps taken with predatory grace. Their eyes locked, but this time, Daniel didn't feel fear, only cold determination. The fight that ensued was fierce but brief. Bloodied and breathless, Daniel stood over the now lifeless form of his double. As dawn broke, he felt an eerie calm. Yet something lingered in his mind. Was this truly over? Or had the doppelganger succeeded in a final twist, and it was Daniel who had been replaced? That question haunted him forever.